Hello everyone, PJr.Studios presents Dark Souls. Playing a sorcerer going for the Wisdom of a Sage achievement. You can use this as a guide if you don't have it already. This game has been out for a while. Not even sure if anyone still plays it. Playing as a sorcerer. I'm kind of challenging myself, because normally I would just go for the most powerful weapons and the most powerful spell combination. But I'm going to use only dexterity weapons due to the fact that my character does not start off with very good like strength stats. So I'm going to go with mostly dexterity weapons like daggers, curved swords,
and with fire,
spears, halberds, thrusting swords like rapiers.
heat,
And then, of course, my magic. My magic is like my focus, of course, but
death,
whenever it comes to
and
weapons,
of course,
daggers, curved swords, thrusting swords, spears, and halberds are going to be my focus. Not sure about whips, though, because there's like 2 whips in the game that are dexterity driven. But one is in the part of Lake Town I don't like, and the other is in a place where I'm not even sure if there are spells. I know there's pyromancy, but I'm not sure if there's any spells there. I know there's also a miracle. Hi, Nito.
the first of the dead.
I always liked how that character looks. That character looks cool.
The witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos.
The Witch of Izalith.
Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
There are so many theories behind this game, but I like to think that the furtive pigmy is actually the boss of the DLC. The DLC is Artorias of the Abyss. Actually going to cover that because I want the spells out of it. They're really cool. The boss in Artorias of the Abyss is crap, hold on. Manus, Father of the Abyss. There's a theory that I have, but I'm not sure if it's canon by anyone else, and like if anyone else has thought of it. But I think he is the furtive pygmy. Some people think that the furtive pygmy is actually the character you play as, but if like the timelines that I figured out are true, the pygmy couldn't possibly be your character because your character was born into the age. He didn't help lead it. He's not as old as half of the characters.
But soon the flames will
Sorry, there was a bit of a yawn there.
and only dark.
It's currently 1:49 in the morning for me. I've been kind of slacking on my recording, so I decided to get a head start with the next day and get as much in as possible. So a few of these are going to be like a few of the games that I put out in the next few days are going to be like just tonight, going from like one recording into the next, into the next, into the next. So it's gonna be a fun night. If you are a returning subscriber from Within My Shadows, because that was my old account, I was doing this guide over there, but decided to go back and just restart, because it would just be weird if like I like pause or something and it shows my character's name as Within My Shadow, but I'm obviously now PJr.Studios. It would just get too confusing for me. I mean, considering this is only like my second video on this, I will admit when I went to start this the first time, I had to stop for a second because I accidentally went to record with the intro of Within My Shadows instead. So it was a little confusing, but I got it good this time. And there is my character with the bright phantom purple hair. This is not my fate. I choose my fate. Little disgusting little rat. And in the and in my other oh wow, I need this. Lovely. Anyway, but in my other guide, I ended up skipping over all, or no, I didn't skip the main intro, like the video, but I did skip this, so no one got to see that. And I also skipped a lot of the dialogue, but I think this time around, I'm gonna treat it like a proper Let's Play and listen to the dialogue, watch the cutscenes, everything like that. So you guys don't miss out and you guys feel like you're playing it with me. I know some people like to skip dialogue, but for those who like dialogue, yeah. Oh, and you don't have to kill these guys, they're just a little bit of extra souls, so I do kill them. I didn't in the last account and my overall my other channel, but that's because I was rushing things. But I want to kind of take it slow, like I want you guys to experience this with me, so I might even like give choices here and there, like because there's no direct storyline. I mean, there is a direct storyline, but there's no waypoint. You can do anything at any time within a specific topic. Like you can't go after the Lord Vessel or the Lord Soul without the Lord Vessel. So I can't be like, before even going into Zen's Fortress or on Orlando, ask, oh, should I go after the Bat of Chaos or Seat the Scaleless? No, I can't do that. But I can, like, for example, ask later in the game, like, this is just an example, if I should go to Blight Town before going down to the depths, because it's an optional thing with my gift. Oh crap, I forgot about it. Shouldn't have stud. Anyway, but like, because I always get the Master Key as my gift, I don't have to go down to Lower Undead Burg and into the depths. So I could be like, as an example, ask, should I go down to Blight Town and kill Quelaag before going and killing the Gaping Dragon and the Capra Demon? Or, another example would be, should I go to, I don't remember the area, but it's like the foresty area. I could ask if I should go to the forest and kill Sif, and then go kill the 4 kings before, going to On Orlando, because you can actually do that. It's just simple stuff like that. Because I want to turn this into like an interactive experience and have you guys, you know, I want to interact with my subscribers. I want to make this a fun time for everyone. You're not getting away. No, 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 nope, nope. Now, if you didn't do what I just did, normally he comes into this room, up these stairs, he gets a lot of distance from you. He runs all the way away. And I think he like stops right here, then turns around and starts shooting at you again. I don't get why you're able to see your hair through the fog wall. It just doesn't make sense. It's not like my hair gives off light. Whoop. Dodge the giant boulder ball. What is that anyway? It hits. Okay, this trajectory is weird. It came in smashing right through dead center. Therefore, it should have hit this wall, but it hit this wall and then went that way. Math people, tell me if that actually is sound.
Oh,
I'm not good with math.
You're no hollow.
Hey, Oscar.
Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm
Nope.
afraid. I'll die soon, then
Aw.
lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You
No.
and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
All the feels. Bone-chilling, cold feels. Now, the thing about Oscar, which is a big theory, is he fell through that hole, and he was on the roof whenever he let you out of your cell. There was a demon on the roof. There's a big theory that the reason he's dying is because the demon fought him on the roof while he was trying to let out all of the undead. Like, that's also the reason why there's so many hollows around, is because he was letting out everyone, opening every cell to try and spark the prophecy of his family. Well, the asylum demon ruined his plans by smashing him through a roof, and just the fact that you show up showed him that, you know, he can die in peace, and that he actually did spring forth the prophecy. But if he would have survived, if there was no demon up there on that roof, he would have been like the game's, I think, antagonist or protagonist. He would have been like the secondary main character, the anti-hero. Like, at the end of the game, any choice you would have made, he would have chose the opposite. And he just killed himself. I heard him. It was like a little and then he was dead. Oh, and I get his souls. Technically, his soul's only worth 100. But hey, that's 100 that I didn't have. Now when I go up there, he'll be gone. Yep, he's gone. Now, when I come back to the asylum and I revisit it, which is also a completely optional thing. Oh, hi. Completely forgot you were here. But when I come back to the asylum, he will be alive again, and he'll be ready to kill you. But you will get his shield, I do believe, which is the Crest Shield, which is the best at blocking magic. So even though this place is optional, I might come back here to get his shield for the Four Kings fight. Come on. Who wants them? You want them? You want them? You know, my very first playthrough of this game was a very terrifying one, and things in this game still terrify me to this day because it's so unforgiving. My whole strategy about the game was to just find weapons that I liked and use them. But I went about it all wrong. I mean, I found almost every weapon I liked, but when I found a weapon called the Zweihander, which is a two-handed, or not two-handed, but it's a greatsword. It's an ultra greatsword, I do believe. The amount of damage it did, and the fact that it just felt like a cheap escape from the game, because like, if I were to heavy attack that person, like, the dagger's heavy attack is this. Well, the Zweihander is an overhanded downward swing that literally would have planted him on the floor. And even if it wouldn't have killed him, and he would have gotten back up, I still could have just put a second swing into him, putting him right back down on the ground. It was cheap, cheesy, and way overpowered. I used that throughout the whole game, my first playthrough, and eventually beat the game with it. And when I went into New Game Plus, I told myself, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself this time and use other weapons. Well, I felt the unforgivingness of it, and I eventually had to delete that character and go back to the very start and just never touch the Zweihander again. And I still haven't, honestly. To this day, I have not touched that weapon again. It's literally one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, and I just don't like using it. I mean, there are other weapons that I honestly haven't used yet that I forgot to put on my catalyst. Oh, and spells do a lot to this guy. Ouch. Ooh, now might be my chance. Got it. Now is also my chance to flee. That was not fleeing. That was actually jumping into them. But I need to heal. Is what I need to do. And then I need to get behind him, because his weak point is like right behind him, because he like can't hit you, and he'll continuously do attacks like that, and he'll push you with his leg because he's got thunder thighs. But then he'll do that. That's usually when I just spell cast, because they do a lot of crap, a lot of damage. I don't know how I dodged that, but whew. This dagger does not do much. Ooh, got him in the face as he was coming down. Victory orb? Yeah, you normally, like, if you play anything but the sorcerer, almost every other character but the sorcerer can make it just by standing behind him and hitting his butt. Like, if you get behind him, he's basically yours. That sounds so weird. But the sad part is it's completely true. Like, that is the strategy to him, is to get behind him and continuously hit him from behind. But this dagger just didn't do that much, so sorcerers are kind of out of luck with that and normally have to go out of range. That down there, that bird's nest, is actually a traitor. I don't think it'll speak if I walk up to it right now, but yeah, when you come back and revisit the asylum and you go over there, it'll talk to you, and you can drop items into the nest, either die and reload at the bonfire and go back up to the nest, or you can just save and quit and reload, and you'll get an item. It's only certain items, though. If I can remember correctly, which exact items it is, I will let you know.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land.
I know,
of the
like, one was
ancient
like
lords.
the sack that you get from
Lordran.
the butchers in the depths. If you give her that, you get an item which I think was a weapon. I think it was like the Demon's Great Hammer or something. Yeah, I think that was it. The Demon's Great. That sounds right. You get like the sack for the Demon's Great Hammer. I know if you gave her the, like, the skull lanterns that you get in the catacombs, she gives you a ring of fog, and it's supposed to like make you invisible, or at least slightly invisible. One that I do all the time is the sunlight maggot for the Old Witch's Ring, because I usually never pick the Old Witch's Ring, but it's good for talking to the Daughter of Chaos. Because I like, there have been pictures on the internet I've seen with Slayer with the sunlight maggot on his head. But I've never figured out how to give him the sunlight maggot, because that's supposed to complete him. That's supposed to, like, break him of his sanity. That would be his sun. It's I mean, for God's sake, it's a helmet that, like, spreads light around you. I'm gonna level up with you guys here and then jump into the next episode, but I think after I, like, cut this here after leveling, I'm gonna find my guidebook, because that'll help me guide you guys. Put it into dexterity and, like, 1 into intelligence. Or no, can I get something with attunement? Yeah, I can get 4 right now if I do that. Alright, gonna stop this here, and you guys keep being you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.